My espresso is so tiny. There's like nothing in here. It's 1 ounce. And it always, well, a little bit more, I think. Something about the difference between a single shot and a double shot. The single just feels like less than half of the double, but that's okay. And I'm sipping on it instead of taking another shot because that's more enjoyable. So, anyway, yeah. I like espresso. It's good. Yeah. So, today is a mostly normal workday, although a late start, and a preparation week for a couple days out of town. My quarterly visit to my hometown is on the horizon, and I am excited for that. Should be a good trip. Get to spend time with family, help them with stuff around the house. There's a new hobby that I have that I am loving, and it is, well, I've had it for a year now. It was when I was in St. Louis last year, almost a year to the day. I bought a book called Life on the Mississippi. It's by Mark Twain, and it's pretty much everything he wrote about the Mississippi River, with the exception of like full novels. Like I know his stories take place there. My hometown's on the Mississippi River, so the hospital I was born at is like maybe a mile from the riverfront, and the river is important to me. And Mark Twain is from Hannibal, and I'm from Quincy, and those are neighboring towns. They're about a 30-ish minute drive from each other, just south and across the river. And so what I've been doing this last year is I bought that book, and when I bought it, I decided I'm only going to read it when I'm sitting on the Mississippi River. And it's a long-term goal and hobby. But yeah, I don't touch it. I only take it with me when I'm going to be by the river, which is pretty much just when I'm visiting Quincy. Although anytime that we are to drive east, I might take it with in case there's a natural spot to maybe pause and read a chapter by the river. But yeah, it's mostly just when I go there. That's been great. So we'll just go down to the riverfront, and I'll usually go with my wife, but I'll go with whoever wants to come and read a little bit. It was harder in the winter. I didn't force it, but yeah, I read a couple pages each time. And so, I imagine this will take, I think it could take up to 10 years to finish it. Really just depends on if I'm able to get to the river every time I go, weather permitting, and how much I read when I'm there. Because in theory, I could just sit and do it and knock it out. So yeah, it's a zero expectation thing. I don't have a timeline for when I have to be done with it. And it's fun just to sit somewhere. And this connects to a bigger hobby that I have had last couple years, is buying books about the places that I'm present in or visiting. So I have a whole bookshelf that's just books that are connected to places I have visited. So I can pick the book up, and while I'm reading it, I can say I've been there, or I recognize that place. And it's cool. So some of them are a little bit more just like on my travels, I got them. But I try to get history books about the area. Fiction stories about the area are fine too, but history is the most fun. You can just learn about the place you're at, and I think it's really cool. Not everyone thinks that, and that's also okay. But it's fun, so I'm looking forward to doing that as an activity. And I'm looking at possibly going to like a grungier gym while I'm there, like a garage gym. So that's one of the harder things for me when I travel is I don't have a gym membership. I work out at my apartment gym exclusively. And I don't really want to go to Planet Fitness. And so I don't have a subscription or whatever you want to call it to their gyms. So I'm interested in just looking at other ones. So I'm going to maybe try a grungier, more aggressive one and see how that feels, if it's my style or not. So perhaps I can update on that if it happens. I haven't heard back from the gym yet. So yeah, these work weeks always look a little bit different with travel when it's not technically a vacation travel. But the big news, big update for me really is I have a book that's going to be published probably in the next week. And that's exciting. I've been writing it for probably 7 years, and I finished it actually 2 years ago. And long story short, hit a wall in publishing 2 years ago, and then life happened and I stopped. So I've recommended on this channel before the book, The War of Art. I won't go into detail about that now. If you haven't read it, read it, especially if you're an entrepreneur or a artist of any kind. It's worth reading. And it's such a good book. And he talks about resistance being the thing that gets in the way of you accomplishing your goals. And man, I hit that resistance wall so hard, and it often shows up right before you achieve the thing. And yeah, I mean, I was like done with my book and just hit a wall. And last night I just decided I'm staying up till I'm done. And I got it published, made a couple little edits. I found a typo, so it was cool to find. And then I edited the copyright date from 2024 in the book, like the release date, to 2026, which is embarrassing, but here we are. So yeah, I have the author's proof coming on Thursday, so I can look at it and make sure it's formatted the way I want. So assuming the formatting looks the way I want it to, then it's done. If it doesn't, I'll have to edit it and then buy another author's proof, and then that'll delay it another 3 days. Or maybe 4 days, because I have to review it. But yeah, so all things go well. I mean, it could be available for purchase before my next video comes out. But I'll have a physical copy with watermarks on it this week, which is awesome. It's a short story collection of fiction. Nothing to do with this work that I do at all. But I've been a lifelong writer and like stories. And if you've looked at my blog before, that's all nonfiction that I've written about. But, and even these, I wouldn't call this a vlog per se, but it's a dialogue or a monologue. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's long overdue, and it's made me motivated to keep doing some writing because I like writing. It's fun. I like it a lot. And I think it'd be something that I want to keep doing and pressing into. So that's a really, really cool update. So, I mean, I could give work and therapeutic updates, but personal life stuff is what's coming up. And, you know, I love that. And it's been a good week with it. So that's great. And work's just been feeling better, getting things a lot more aligned. And these videos don't get a lot of comment, but I've been debating possible other videos, whether it is vlogging. I've debated doing that for accountability, like here's updates on what I'm working on. I made 3 videos like that like a year and a half ago that I did on business, like how my business is progressing, and I just didn't stick with it. And I've debated doing like daily or weekly like work update videos, mostly to hold me accountable to work on the things I want by kind of doing some video documenting, or just kind of lifestyle stuff. Because as a therapist and business owner, you hear a lot about how those lifestyles should look. So I've debated just doing videos about what my life actually looks like, being someone who owns a business and being someone who practices mental health as a career. And like, what does that look like in combination in my life? Like, am I actually mentally healthy? Am I actually getting a work-life balance? What are people's perception of people who jump into business or people who are therapists? You know, are we expected to all be perfect mentally? Are we expected to have challenges? Should we not be allowed to practice if you're struggling with mental health? Like all these things that I've debated. So if you're someone who watches these videos and chooses not to comment, which is most people, this would be a video I would encourage it. I'd love to hear some feedback on what might intrigue people, because there's a couple things I'm considering, and including going back to, I did a couple of these and I haven't done them for a while, but like answering therapy questions. So I think I did videos where I'd answer like 5 to 10 questions about just the world of mental health. and those were fun to do. I just stopped doing them, so I needed to rein in my time spent on social media for producing. So yeah, open to more of that. So I'll keep that kind of light today, but let me know. I'm open to ideas, especially areas that would stretch me professionally. And if you haven't jumped on TikTok yet, I finally made the jump over there as well. So yeah, it's a good Monday. I'm looking forward to the rest of the day, the rest of the week, in the book. Man, I'm stoked for the book. So um, yeah, it's a cool feeling. So anyway, with that, me and my empty coffee are signing off for today, and probably back next Monday. See ya.